Universal Law Number 3 by MultiGen Mindset Institute. We move through life in a linear forward direction, sowing seeds of future experiences as we move along our way. And each day we wake up, we make choices, and these choices lead to patterns and cycles beginning. And patterns and cycles must also come to an end. And therefore, we have the law of karma. The law of karma comes after the law of forgiveness. And our first law is the law of grace. First you experience grace, and then you experience forgiveness, and then you experience the karma of who you've been. The question of the things that we do is really the result of who it is that we're being. And the great thing about life unfolding is that we're always changing, becoming better, becoming more, and learning and growing along the way. Each day is new, and each day comes with new challenges. And the law of karma is here to help us along our way. When we're young, we see our scolding parents as blocks to our freedom. As adults, we see them as saviors who was there to guide us along our way. As maturity grows, you begin to see things differently. And when you begin to see the circumstances in which you've endured and are enduring, you will begin to see that it's the love of God and the love of the universe that guides you along your way, causing you to not only leap over the fences, but also to scrape your knees and stub your toe. For light and darkness comes from the same source, and both the good and the bad side of karma is made in love. Nothing in this world is here to hurt you, only to guide you along your way. Both good experiences and bad create the human experience. As a spiritual being, you face confusion because you both touch heaven and earth at the same time. Your body being a portal, your mind being the key, your soul being the life force that guides the body into existence. You touch reality and heaven at the same time. For in your mind's eye, you're connected to God and to heaven and all that can be and the future states of who you can become. And you're tied down to this physical body of who it is that you are. And you're moving along your journey, working to become better, hitting glass ceilings and breaking them, and then rising up again and then falling again and rising up to rise up again. Mountain peak after mountain valley goes the flow of life. And on the way you ask, are you guided? Are you left alone? Are you here by yourself? Is the world against you? Is karma here to punish you? Is there forgiveness for who you've been and acceptance for who you're becoming? For the law of karma is all of this combined and all of it in one. You see, the love of God is expressed through the law of karma, for it also punishes as well as rewards. The law of karma is not an angry, punishment-seeking energy that seeks to pay you back for the bad that you've done. For what goes around comes around, and the seeds that you sow, you will reap the benefits, and the wars will be won by the integrity and the intentions that you sow as you move forward. Grace is enacted when intentions are good. For energy recognizes your intentions. And when you set out to be a good person and to make an impact and to help those around you and to be a great lover and a husband and partner and friend and to impact this earth in a good way, then grace is overabounding. It's when our selfishness brings us to our knees because our ego needs to be stroked, and so we go through life getting our feelings hurt when people don't honor or acknowledge who it is that we think that we are or want to be. We need recognition. We need acknowledgement. And these lower versions of ourselves is only needing external validation when its own internal validation is not intact, when the being does not know his identity as a king or a queen, when the being doesn't recognize himself in the mirror. He only sees a human, but instead he should see the God that he is. We lose focus when we lose a concept of our identity as spiritual divine beings with a mission and a purpose and an intent to be something great. Today is the day for you to start something great, which is the simple acknowledgement that as you move along, life moves along with you, rewarding and guiding along the way. Left alone will you never be. And today is the day that you can see a new way of being in this world, a new way of interacting with life and the earth and the sea and the stars and the sun, a new way of being in your body. They say that when a person changes their perspective, a miracle unfolds. The miracles are really just a perspective change. The realities that you are locked in, the realities that are locked in around you, the conditions, your financial conditions, the conditions of your family, your work, your career, your life, these outward expressions of your inward condition seem to be so hard to control. You want things to change, and you work and you push and you move, and then they remain the same. You struggle and you beat your head against the wall, and you fight and you push and you cry and you scream and you pray, and you wait for the day when things will switch and change. And then one day it changes and you realize the only thing that changed was a condition within yourself, a belief, a subconscious expectation, something that you anticipated happening. What you wanted to happen didn't happen. What you despised and feared kept unfolding. And you recognized that that which is the most real inside of you will be what unfolds, and this is karma. Who you are inside reflects outwardly. Out of your mouth overflows your heart, and around your life surrounds you with the images of who you are in your head. Changing the inward expression changes the outer. Where you are becoming and changing at every moment in time. And any moment in time you can wake up and decide to be something new and different. And now is your chance. In this moment you can be anything you can imagine once you get down on your knees. Humbleness is the place where transition begins. Acceptance and responsibility is the place where fear and pain end. And today is the day for you to rise and be what it is that you can imagine and see deep within. The sea of your heart and the sea of your head. What you can imagine unfolding around you, instead of that which you fear. For the day comes when men change, and it's every moment in time. For every moment is a miracle that you live in your mind. We are here to change and grow and replicate that in which we know, and what you put in front of your eyes and which direction you go is dependent upon the values and the seeds that you sow in your heart and your life and the books that you read. And today is a day where you can begin new once you get down on your knees. A humble heart is where the trees of love can grow, where conditions change, and who it is that you think that you are changes, and you begin to know yourself on a new level, a new way, a new being. Insight into yourself and insight into your soul is the road and the way to help yourself grow. We don't want to see the things that others see, but what we yearn to get is what it is that we want to be from those around us. And it seems that we need something from those beings that surround around us. When we seek inwardly to connect with God and connect with our heart and our soul and get out of our mind, rather what's real and what's deepest beneath, what's beneath the surface is what's really who you are and what you're going to be. And today is a day that you can go free from the bonds of fear and guilt of who it is that you used to be. Quit detaching from your future and focusing on your past. Quit communicating with your past and communicate with your dreams. Communicate with the way that you want things to be. Speak to your problems and they will cease to be. Speak to the mountain with faith of nothing but a mustard seed, and that mountain will be changed and moved and thrown into the sea, where the faith seed is within thee. Just a little faith and a little hope in you communicating to your problems, and they will cease to be. The visions of what the future holds flows from within thee. The future unfolds from a point in your mind above your eyes in the center of your mind. The mind's eye sees all things, it knows all things.